The next thing is diets. What does a diet do? But here's the thing. As an entrepreneur, what's the problem that you're trying to solve? The reason why you're eating more is something you need to look at. Most entrepreneurs are physically, emotionally, and mentally stressed. And food becomes an easy, simple, and effective way for them to cope with the stress. So, food, alcohol, tobacco, smoking are the things that people get into as a coping mechanism. Now, smoking, a lot of people may not do it because socially not acceptable. Probably, also not many people would like it. Alcohol, yeah, you can't do it all day long, right? You can't be drinking every single hour of the day. So you can't do that often. So people either end up doing it at the end of the day or end of the week. But food is readily available. Nobody will stop you from eating, and you can eat as much as you want because it is culturally accepted to eat. Now, that is where most people fall into the trap. Now, I know, and I said already, exercise alone will not help you lose weight, and you need to take care of your nutrition. But what does actually a diet or nutrition do? The number one thing, or the only thing that it actually does, is it helps you eat lesser number of calories so that you can start burning the fat which is there in your body as a fuel as you move forward. But is that so simple? The answer is no, because most of the diets that you see, one, either you're going to get a diet plan from a dietitian. When you get a diet plan from the dietitian, it gives you a prescription of the things that you need to eat. And if you eat that way, then you will lose weight. But once that diet plan or that 30-day is over, you have no idea what to eat and you get all the weight back. The other thing that you might try to do is go keto, go intermittent fasting, or go some of the other things. Now, IF is not even a diet, but still, if you do any of these, what it does is it either restricts the timing in which you got to eat, or it restricts the kind of food that you got to eat. So, number one, let's talk about keto quickly. Keto will ask you to stop eating carbs. Now, here's the thing. Right now, most of your meals are 80% carbs. And if you're going to cut down 80% of the options that you eat, what do you think is going to happen? You obviously are going to lose weight. But what happens after you stop doing keto? You get all the weight back with some bonus or interest on that. Second, let's talk about IF. What does IF do? Intermittent fasting is not magic. It just restricts the time in which you eat the food. Mostly 8 is to 16 is the most popular thing. Now, what happens in the 8 hours is from 10 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock in the evening. Very, very popular time, or 12 to 8. Now, what happens is when you do that, what you're doing is you're avoiding all the unnecessary junk, all the unnecessary bites, all the unnecessary snacking that happens after 6 p.m. in the evening. And most people have trouble with their diet only after 6 p.m. because that's where they actually, take up some junk, some snacks, or they binge eat their dinners, or they go and drink, or they eat while they're watching movie and all of that stuff. So this is what a diet does. If you do not understand why you're eating, and if you don't solve the triggers that are making you eat more, you will never be able to follow any kind of diet, and all the results that you get are always going to be temporary. So it's emotional, physical, and mental stress that is making you eat. The second part of entrepreneur's life is travel. And if you are traveling, how do you manage your food? Do you have the skills? Do you have the knowledge? And do you have the system, structure, and schedule to eat healthy while you're traveling? And the third part of entrepreneurs and business owners' life is social meetings and eating at social gatherings. Now, at these places, neither the IF, no keto, or none of the other diet plans are going to work. Now, how do you handle that? Do you have the knowledge? Do you have the skills? And do you have a structure, a system, and a way to eat healthy in a social setting without you feeling or acting like a jerk or acting like somebody who is very, very different than others, which is very, very uncomfortable to deal with? If you cannot deal with stress, travel, and social eating without, any system, structure, or schedule, you will not be able to follow diet. And even if you lose weight, it's always going to be temporary. And the last thing about diet is the Herbalife shakes or the meal replacement shakes. I don't even consider them as a diet, and I don't even want to talk about that. So if you've tried that, it's temporary. Once you stop drinking that, you don't know what to eat. Again, there is no skill, no system, no structure, no schedule. So without that, you will always struggle. So rather than looking for diets, rather than looking for shortcuts, go and look for the knowledge of eating the right thing. Second, the skill of doing it consistently. And third, setting up system, structures, and schedule so that you can be more consistent over a period of time. That's what will help you achieve long-term transformation.